I get it. You want to develop those strong, sculpted glutes that you see on Instagram, but you just can't get them to grow. You follow all the nutritional advice, you perform all the workouts to the T, still nothing. Chances are you're lacking in one key movement, the hip hinge. The hip hinge is what you see on a deadlift, it's what you see on a hip thrust, and it's what you see on back extensions. 3 of the most important exercises out there for glute development. The problem with the hip hinge is far too often it comes down to people squatting or people just bending at the lower back. 2 things that will completely take your glutes and hamstrings out of the movement. Right, so what we're going to do today is work on your hip hinge using a hockey stick as a guide. Now you can use a hockey stick, you can use a broomstick, you can use a dowel rod, whatever you have. Now, I'm going to take the top of the hockey stick and I'm going to line it up with the back of my head. I'm going to take the middle of the hockey stick, I'm going to slide it right in between my shoulder blades, and I'm going to take the bottom of the hockey stick just above my butt, right by my tailbone. And we're going to maintain all 3 points of contact as we go through the hip hinge. If you lose any of those points of contact, chances are you're either squatting or you're just bending over at the waist. You're bending over at the lower back. All right, so I'm going to take the stick, get this set up. We're going to go to the top of the head, right in between the shoulder blades, and down by the butt. I'm going to start with my feet about hip width apart, all the way right in the middle of the feet. Stay away from the toes. A little bit of a bend in the knee. Now from here, you're just going to push your hips straight back like you're trying to touch your butt to the wall behind you. Right about here, I've got all 3 points of contact. I've got a good stretch on my hamstrings. You're going to squeeze your butt, come back through. Reset, get another rep. Now if I tried to squat this, I'm going to lose the position of the stick down by my butt. If I just bend over at the waist, if I just round my lower back and bend over, I'm going to lose position down low. So the cool thing about using the hockey stick or the dowel rod or the broomstick, whatever you have, is it gives you instant feedback if you stray from the true hip hinge pattern. Clean up your hip hinge, take some time, use the hockey stick, use the dowel rod, use whatever you got to use over the next couple weeks. Feel your hamstrings stretching, feel your glutes doing work, and watch your glutes grow.